Good morning, guys. How are we all doing? I am Dan from Trading with Dan. This is our Bitcoin morning update. So if you guys wouldn't mind smashing that like button, we shall go straight over to those Bitcoin 4-hour charts. This is the right one. So yeah, Bitcoin on the 4-hour. Basically, the main thing going on here is that we need to get back above this level, which we are currently, I mean, you could say we're just above now, this $58,500 area, back above this resistance area, old support and new resistance area. If we get back above here, then I think we could in all likelihood have printed the low down here. That is obviously if Bitcoin can establish itself back above here, push towards 60,000 and get back into this 60,000 to $64,000 range. Obviously this is the area where we could potentially expect the bulls to step in if they are going to be aggressive. And are going to be aggressive, obviously, then the spot buying that is coming in here. But yeah, it is a very important level. We did kind of need this to close this week above here, which is sorry, what we spoke about in yesterday morning's video. The name of the game was to get a close above this well, resistance. I kick up resistance. It's always hard to say, call it support resistance when you're literally just flirting around the area. But yeah, so yeah, as long as we get a close, as long as we push on from here, then things will be looking good. So the fact that we have moved all the way from a 55 handle back to a 58.5 handle, and potentially looking to push higher is a good thing. This could have come lower. This could have certainly hit this level. It could and still could come down to the low 50s, but I would be obviously being a heavily biased optimist, I would be giving the benefit of the doubt to the upside and kind of viewing this as sort of this price action above this high here, where we did ultimately come all the way back down. So the similar the opposite of that would be we get back above here, hold above here, and then do make our way back to the top. There are other promising signs in the markets to look at, one of them being the Ethereum Bitcoin pairing. It has obviously gone on a mad one here, taking back out this horizontal, taking out this trend line, and accelerated up into actually literally like deep into the 0.074 handle, which I mean, you can see in the context of where we are that this is looking particularly good. If we take out this area, we will basically be off to the races. I have showed you a similar chart in the Russell, where once we broke out this like long like a long time frame, higher time frame, sideways chart, once we break out, then yeah, we do go off to the races. I mean, I'll just show you now. This is obviously somewhat retracing, but you get the picture. Once you get above, you can accelerate, and obviously this has pulled back into it. But yeah, I mean, we could expect a similar thing for the Ethereum Satoshi pairing, minus the pullback. I personally think, again, been the optimist and biased to my views and opinions, that yeah, we will continue onwards and upwards if that's actually the case. Alright, I just need to sneeze. Oh yeah, I definitely have another bit of a cold going on here. It's nothing like what I had before though, so that's okay. But yeah, if we look at the USD pairing as well, it did. I mean, we did speak about how it did have further room to come down when it was around here, as long as it held that level. Which yeah, that's literally what we did. We actually came down into our most important level of support, and we did bounce off that nicely. So that is good to see, because obviously taking this out would have been pretty disastrous. But yeah, to test it, and then bounce off it pretty emphatically is good. Yeah, this level here, we want to get back above here, back above, I don't think I pressed the wrong button there, back above, I mean, we can roughly call this 4400, get back above 4400, and then I think this sorry guys. I think this will yeah just continue with its march upwards after playing obviously out a pullback from losing this trend line, and obviously with Bitcoin pulling back as well. But yeah, just pull back into the exact level that you would expect it to pull back into and hold, providing we were still going to be bullish. So that is good to see. It has got work to do. We have got to get back above we're just rounding it up to 4,400. You've got to get back above that level, and then yeah, I mean, we could then see a nice move up. We could then potentially see this blast through its resistance area, and yeah, everything could be looking good. Obviously, we've got Taproot out for Bitcoin, so it could be a potential potential sorry buy the rumor, sell the fact relative to Ethereum. Therefore, Ethereum can now go and potentially outperform. If you look at the Bitcoin dominance, obviously it's a similar thing. It was nice to see it get rejected. An actual double top, a real life double top here, guys. We don't see these very often, but yeah, it was at an important level of resistance. But yeah, a real life double top, and yeah, if we take out this low here, then yeah, I think we've got a good shot of taking this out, and then yeah, going into the end of this year, start of next year, finding our way down here into our cash out zone, with Bitcoin dominance down here, Bitcoin itself deep into the 100Ks, and then yeah, and then we just well, yeah, we know, you know what we need to do. We just basically, obviously, you need to make sure you take profits, and then yeah, start to become pretty defensive at that point in time. DXY, just look at it go, yeah, I mean, pushing on with no words, but I know this is doing what I didn't necessarily expect. I mean, I did know it had the potential to do this, but I didn't expect it to, and again, the fact it's having no effect realistically on our markets, that was kind of the main thing, is that for me was that basically the currency isn't necessarily important anymore, because this is the currency measured against other currencies, and they are all trash. Yeah, so yeah, this can go up, that's fine. And in fact, to be honest, I mean, if I'm just gonna yeah, I mean, if this goes up, obviously I'm in the UK and I work in pounds, so if this goes up and crypto goes up, it's actually in pound value, my crypto's going up more, isn't it? So yeah, I mean, by all means go up, as long as you obviously don't take the markets down with you, which, I mean, if we just look at stocks, they don't really care. I mean, look at the Nasdaq, look at Nascoin go. Obviously everyone, including myself, was questioning Cathie Wood down here, and then just look at her, look at what she pulled out the bag. Good old Cathie Woods, with all her all her crazy trades. But yeah, someone's got to do it. someone's got to do it. So yeah, fair play to her. She is clearly doing pretty well now. Gold easing off a little bit here. I mean, we could obviously look at this as a forward check, a back check into somewhere in this area. People have been touting figures around basically 1800, 1815. We've got 1819 marked in. I mean, if this is going to be a solid breakout and we are going to continue upwards, then then yeah, maybe you are going to back check into this area before the real buying comes in. If the real buying is to come in, just this little move itself took one of the worst inflation numbers practically in many decades to force the issue. And even then, this is not a massive move, and we've clearly been higher. So I mean, it's not a show of strength. It's not realistically a show of strength. So we'll have to see what happens. But nonetheless, an important breakout. If we come back into somewhere in this area, price action gets picked up. We then kick on, break above 1880. Then yeah, off to the races we shall go. But there is always a risk of us dropping back down into here, because it is now a fully accepted and established fact that crypto is taking the shine off gold. It is taking a lot of the market share of gold, and I mean, realistically, it is better, isn't it? I mean, gold is maybe better if we hit like an Armageddon type, not Armageddon, like a very if basically the financial system does properly fall apart in a disruptive fashion. But then even then, I'd argue silver's better, because what you're going to do, like flake off bits of gold to trade with, where silver obviously with a lower price point just would be a better precious asset to trade with, and it is obviously easing off with gold as well. So yeah. Anything else to look at here? 10-year not really doing a lot in the face, obviously, with the dollar rallying. Again, what I just keep reiterating to you guys, the dollar rallying is actually just other currencies going down against it in much the same fashion that Bitcoin rallying is kind of other currencies going down against it. Stocks rallying is actually the currencies going down against them. That is realistically what is happening here. Hey, let's have a quick look at Tesla. Tesla, after Elon's dumping, is pushing onwards and upwards. It is just great to see. This is we obviously know we had a stock split, and we're back into the thousands again. Just wow, just there is so much in inverted commas wealth creation getting created at the moment. But obviously this wealth is only created if you cash out. But then what do you cash out into? What do you do? I mean, yeah, just these are financial decisions people have to make. Paper gains are literally paper gains. They are exactly that. I mean, we obviously know that in crypto, because we suffer wild swings where 1 minute on paper we are incredibly rich and the next minute we are destitute. But yeah, nothing else I really want to look at on here. So we shall go and look at those stochastics. I mean, we need these we need 10-12 hour daily to be pulling through. I'm pretty certain 10 hours is going to be looking all right. 12, these are my guesses. 12 hours is going to be turned back up, and we're going to be working on the daily. But hey, let's have a look. Yeah, so 4 hour is moving up, so it could give us hopefully well, I mean, to be honest, what I'd hope this 4 hour can do is at least hold us around the level we are now, and then pass the baton onto higher time frame stochastics to try and then drive us to the upside. 10 hour actually has been flip-flopping about down here, but is pointing upwards from a low level. So I mean, if it does get going, we have got that to help us. 12 hour has turned back up, but obviously does need to get going from this level. Daily still diving, but getting pretty low. 2 day is clearly still going to be diving. 3 days coming down, got long way to go. 3 day and 5 day pointing down as well. Bi-week looking good, the monthly looking good. So yeah, I mean, we are relying on these 10 and 12 hour and then obviously the daily to turn back up. But the 10 and 12 hour, I think if we do hold back here, we do push towards 60, those 10 and 12 hour will start moving. The daily will turn back up. We will start to look better, and I think we will at a very minimum re-establish the $60,000 to $64,000 range. And then do we turn back down from here, come back and take out this low, end up in the low 50,000s? I mean, that is just what we'll have to just watch in real time. I can't necessarily make a judgment on that. I think we've got a good shot of getting back into here, and then I mean, yeah, realistically we could get rejected and come back down, or we could just blast onwards and upwards. It's hard realistically to say, because in the larger context, actually coming down to this trading this area out and then moving back onwards and upwards to all-time highs wouldn't even be the worst. Well, it wouldn't be the worst scenario on the basis that I've just said that we then go on to all-time highs. It clearly wouldn't be the worst case. The worst case scenario is we come down here and we're out for the count. But it would look a higher time frame chart wise wouldn't look amiss for us to come into the low 50s and move onwards and upwards. But we don't want that. I mean, we don't want that. All that will do is take more time. We'll prolong the bull market, and that is fine. But then why not just trade sideways in here for a prolonged period and prolong it with price action up here and then move onwards and upwards there? Why not just take that option? So anyway, there is a load of crystal ball waffling for you. The important thing is we hold and maintain above this level. Realistically, give us some wiggle room, getting back above 60,000, and then try and establish between 60 and 64,000, and then we just reassess. We reassess here. Do we break upwards or do we break back down? Do we put in a nice lower high around here? I mean, relative to this high and this lower high, I mean, not necessarily this price action here, but yeah, do we put in a lower high and then do we come back down and take out this low, or Do we just trade sideways within our sideways range, which is what we potentially expect for the most part for Bitcoin until we go on a trending move either to the upside or the downside. So yeah, there we go. Just one last mention on the DXY. Obviously, it's looking very strong. Things don't move up in a straight line. At some point, it will have to have a healthy pullback, and at which point we could see crypto off to the races, along with other risk assets as well. Even if it is just a pullback. I mean, this horizontal does look like a particularly a nice area to pull back. That will be a significant pullback. Clearly, putting a lower high there would still look nice and bullish for all the DXY, all the dollar bulls. But yeah, like I said, the process of that move would certainly give us some some upward impetus. It would give us a nice tailwind for our risk assets, the riskiest of risk assets, obviously being crypto. So yeah, thanks for listening, guys. Remember, this is not a financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. Hope you guys are all having a great weekend, and I shall speak to you guys soon.